Welcome to Hate to Wait, where two lifelong dieters talk about their current struggles with weight loss. Diets, we've tried them all. We are not doctors. We don't play them on TV or on this podcast. Join our journey because misery loves company.
Hello, Emily.
Hello, John.
So I'm looking on the board today, and you've had a bad day.
Oh, I had a bad day? It was Monday. Wait, was it Monday? It was Monday. So I woke up.
Got out of bed.
Did my yoga. I was in a great mood. I was going about my day. And you know what? I got cocky. And I went to Wendy's to get, chicken nuggets for the kid. I should say kids, because both my husband and my son love their chicken nuggets. And I was like, you know what? I've been so good lately. Let's just see if I like Wendy's again. So I got the 4 for $4, which I don't know about in your area. It's no longer $4. It's $4.44.
Really?
So it's the 4 for $4.44.
The 4. Next week will be $14.44.
Yeah, it'll be $44.
Right.
And then what happened, as soon as I ate it, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, this is really good. This is great. I didn't eat a lot of it either. I ate the burger and I had some chicken nuggets and I had some fries and I got a Coke. And the Coke was, I was so good. I've had water this whole week. I'll have one Coke. John, I had stomach cramps so bad. It was awful. I was like, no, my body can't take this anymore. Like, I knew that it was not feeling fast food for a few weeks. But I thought it was just kind of a mental thing. And it was like, it's so convenient. My husband goes there all the time. And then I have to cook and for myself. So it's weird cooking for myself sometimes. And it's like, I should really cook more for both of us. But he's so picky. He's so picky with eating that I'm just like, okay, I want Brussels sprouts and brown rice and salmon. And he's like, I hate all of those things. I'm like, fine.
It's got to be tough. It's got to be tough when you have a spouse, kids in the house that eat all that junk and you're trying to eat healthy. That has got to be horrible. So what do you think made your stomach cramp up? The Wendy's food or the Coke?
I don't know. I have no idea. I actually skipped dinner that night because I was just so on the edge of, I don't know if I'm going to throw up or I don't know if it's going to come out the other side and not be fun.
I hear that.
I skipped dinner that night. I went to bed, woke up, and then went back to bed like 3 hours later for the night. And then I took it easy the next few days. But I kind of had to sit there and be like, all right, what was that? Was that actually my body saying, we don't like this food anymore. Stop giving this to us. I don't know what it was. So it was really interesting to, I guess, learn that and have that sort of experiment of my stomach just cramping up and rejecting that food. And what's funny is I feel like that's something that I've wished for. When you're dieting and you're like, I wish I could just give this up, but it's so delicious. And now it's like, oh my God, I don't want to eat it because it'll hurt me.
Yeah, exactly. No, I understand what you're saying. So one of the things could be that you haven't been eating greasy food or anything like that. And when you don't, your gallbladder, when you send all that grease to your gallbladder, because that's what breaks down the greasy, fatty parts of your food. If you're eating foods with high in fat, you haven't in a while, your gallbladder's like, what is this? And that hurts. I know I've done that. For me, when I have a gallbladder attack, if I don't eat fatty foods for a while, and then I eat fat, it's almost like a chest pain, but it's not really a stomach pain. But that's interesting because I don't think it's the soda, because as we know, you think soda is a sexy bitch.
Soda is my Mr. Big. I made this comparison. We were talking on the Facebook group about my ex diet. Somebody posted they liked the idea. And I was like, it's very much like Sex in the City. If anybody watched it, and we're all watching it, and we're watching Carrie and Mr. Big, and we're just like, no, but Aiden's so much better. Aiden is my water. Mr. Big is my Coca-Cola. And then there's Burger, who's like, meh, a crappy boyfriend anyway. So people who know Sex and the City are just like, she knows my language. She gets it. Yeah.
I get it. And I was thinking, because I was using the same analogy with me, but I'm the guy that when I'm feeling bad and lonely, I'm the guy that texts Taco Bell. You up? I'm that guy. So I've been really good about Taco Bell. I did go there. I did go yesterday. I had to go out somewhere and I was out. But what I did was I just cut what I normally would eat. I cut that order in half. Mm-hmm. And I went with chicken instead of the beef.
I weirdly think Taco Bell I might be okay with just because there's more vegetables. Like what I was eating from Wendy's was absolute full carbs and fat.
Right.
Like French fries are barely a vegetable. Despite what school lunches say, ketchup is not a vegetable. I may have had lettuce on the burger. I think there was lettuce on the junior bacon cheeseburger. So it's kind of just like putting a Band-Aid on a lethal wound. So
it's like putting a Band-Aid on a gangrene wound.
It's okay. There's lettuce on this burger.
It's healthy. It has lettuce.
I know. And you know what else? I've been to Wendy's before when I've been dieting. When I did the diet Trim Healthy Mama and I couldn't have carbs, I got so used to going to Wendy's and ordering my burger on a bed of lettuce and eating it like that. And I was fine with that. So I don't know. I don't want to try it again because I didn't like those cramps at all. They were not fun cramps.
Well, I would go because I thought that I would get the chili because that's low carbs. But a lot of times it's loaded with beans and the beans have carbs in them. So you can't really, it's not, again.
Yeah.
When I was growing up as a wee lad, my father was an auto mechanic, and he was a really, really good auto mechanic. He owned his own garage. And he wouldn't teach me how to be an auto mechanic because he always wanted me, I want you to be a businessman. I don't want you to have to do what I do. So I really didn't learn. But I would work for him cleaning tools and pumping gas and doing little jobs. And just by being around him, I would learn, and I would try doing stuff. And he said to me one time, he says, you know what you are? You're dangerous because you know a little and you think you know a lot. And I think that sometimes with weight loss, we think we know everything. The other thing is that as we go through this, we start talking ourselves into it. We start justifying. We justify. And that's where I am right now. I'm kind of like just the past couple weeks, I was justifying and trying to rein that monster back in again, trying to wrestle that bear. And, wrestling a bear is not that easy. Usually you lose. But trying to get that back under control is tough. And, going to the doctor, I got to go, as soon as we get done here, I have to go to the doctor's again. I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow. So, and then the anxiety with the doctor's appointment, because I don't want to get like this one I have to go to now. I'm dreading. I would do anything to have it canceled. But I'm going.
What are they going to tell you? What are you worried about?
No, I'm not. Well, it's all right. So I'm going to reveal. I've had problems with blood clots. I'm on blood thinners because I've had blood clots in my legs and in my lungs. And they want to check again for a blood clot in my legs. Well, you know what's going to happen. I got to go there. They got to give me that gown that looks like a tie. Right.
Either way, either your front or your back is going to be super cold.
Right. I'm not worried about the cold.
I worry about that. I worried about that when I was giving birth. It's like, I'm not worried about the pain. I hate the gowns. They're so uncomfortable.
Listen, I know I'm boisterous and everything, but I'm a modest guy. I don't like my stuff hanging out, and I'm embarrassed. I'm not embarrassed for me. I'm embarrassed for the poor person who's got to do the test. Like, I have a feeling like that night she can't eat. And what happened? Oh, I had a patient today. Oh, I can't eat.
Doctors are a very special breed. They must compartmentalize things.
I know.
And you know what else? Okay. I was thinking about this when I was doing yoga and how yoga is a practice. Meditation is a practice. Medicine is a practice. Why aren't we calling everything we're doing a practice? Because nobody masters it. You talk about it's dangerous only knowing a little bit of something. And it is, because it's like, I remember starting yoga and being like, oh, I read one book. I should totally be a yoga teacher. I'm so good at yoga because I know how to do it because I read this one book. And the more I'm doing it, my lovely calendar behind me is like full of pink X's for February. I'm so proud. I've been doing it for about 6 weeks every single day. But the thing is, I'm not at the level that I see other people doing yoga are at. I know I'm much more flexible and I can hold poses longer than I could have 6 weeks ago. But it's always going to be a practice. I don't think there's ever, even Elsie Escobar from She Podcast, who's Yoga Master Extreme, I mean, she still calls it a practice. It's always going to be a practice to her. Even the people who, even with podcasting, you see somebody like Dave Jackson, it's still a practice to him. And that's kind of the mindset I think we need to have about diet or any kind of exercise or weight loss in general. Is it's always going to be a practice. Just like when we see people who we think, oh, they're perfectly fit, they don't need to diet. They're still dieting because it's a practice for them. They're still trying to master certain aspects of it.
I couldn't agree with you more. You're a genius. Because doctors practice medicine, lawyers practice law. They don't always get it right. We're practicing weight loss.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. And you know what? We're giving ourselves such grief over it, over not being able to master something because we think it should be easy where, okay, I'm going on a diet, boom, 100% diet master. It's like, no, we have to practice that every single day. Every time we pick up a piece of food, it's a practice of, is this a good choice or a bad choice? Just like with my daughter when she was 4, and we had to work on everything with like, is this a good choice or is this a bad choice? And trying to teach her that thing. And I have to do that with food, picking up food. Now I know Wendy's, bad choice. but I had to learn that. I still had to learn that after, we've been doing this podcast for almost 11 months now. So
really?
Maybe 10 months. Oh, no. Yeah. Around almost 11 months. Yeah.
You're right. We have to practice this. And then the other thing is that you and I, we come on here every week and we talk about how we're practicing and what was good. Or we go to the films. We go to the tape.
Yeah, that's true. Absolutely.
How'd we do? It's like when they play football and they lose. And then afterwards, there's a press conference and the coach walks up to the mic and they go, so what do you think happened? And the coach goes, I don't know. I got to go watch the tape.
Yeah.
I got to go watch the films.
Even with things when I worked at a magazine, we'd had to do this meeting after the magazine was out and on shelves and we got the numbers back. We'd have to do a postmortem. And in my head, I had already said like, no, we are done with that magazine. Why do we have to do this? Why do I have to sit through this meeting to talk about the numbers, how stuff did, what got more web clicks? It's like, I didn't understand at the time, like, this is all a practice. We are all just throwing spaghetti against the wall, seeing what sticks, taking that sticky spaghetti off, trying to replicate that over and 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 over again. So many times.
There is a Japanese term that corporate people do when there's something goes wrong or they want to review it. It's called I'm going to butcher this name, a kanzai. You could type so you can go to Google fast. It starts with a K, Japanese. It means to go over or to go back and look at what, your mistakes or whatever. I forget what it's kanzai. I don't know. You know me in words. We fight. I practice words like I practice dieting.
Kaizen. Japanese word for improvement.
Yeah. So, they do that afterwards. And so this way you can learn from your mistakes so you're just not doing it over and over and over again. Because what happens is you don't want to be in the lower right-hand quadrant of performance where you're a low performer with no potential, because that means no job. Maybe we should do that with I don't know. We could be a low performer with potential. Okay, that would be bottom right. Mm-hmm. Or we could be a high performer with no potential, which would be, I think that's the upper right, lower right, upper right. And then high performer with potential, upper left. That's where you want to be.
Yeah, I feel like that's the optimal place you want to be.
Right, you want to be a high performer with high potential. Mm-hmm. Right now, I feel like I am in the upper right. I'm a low performer with high potential.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
That's a good place to be.
Yeah. It's better than being the bottom, because usually what happens then is you're looking for a new job, dust off that resume. You're going to be out looking for a job.
Exactly. So how's your week? How's your week been?
I guess it is just trying to wrestle everything back into where I was eating more here and not going out and eating out. And I got to tell you, you know how I know when I'm doing well on my diet is what I do is I go look at my debit card. Because normally, if it's a bad week, it's Taco Bell, Dunkin' Donuts, McDonald's, Kentucky Fried Chicken, all those different places. This week, there was a couple Dunkin' Donuts and a Taco Bell. Every time I go to one of these places, it's at least on an average of $12 to $13. If you go there 5-6 times a week, That's a ton of money. You could go to a grocery store and figure out how much good, healthy food you could buy with that. My problem is the cooking.
Yeah.
I don't cook. If it was there, I would eat it. If I had a chef that would say, okay, here, John, here's your 3 meals or your 2 meals in this hour and you're done. You can't eat anymore. I would do that. But left to my own devices, I'm a train wreck.
And I also want things cooked differently. I loved the InstaPot, but everything was in one big thing. And it was always based with rice and chicken broth. And I was like, no, I want like Brussels sprouts that are roasted. I want rice that's been on the stove. I want meat that's been pan seared. So even with the InstaPot, which was fantastic, and I still bring it out every so often, but it's not the everyday thing I thought it would be.
I think the InstaPot's great it's still fantastic for making hard-boiled eggs. It's amazing for making hard-boiled eggs. I think it's good for making chili and soups.
I think it's great for making a lot of rice. I actually used it for a buffet that I went to that they were like, we need a lot of rice. And I'm like, I'm on it. I got it.
I want to start incorporating bone broth into my diet instead of trying, because I'm looking for, I can't stand water. And I'm not a big, I want to try to cut back on the iced tea because of the calcium. They say iced tea leads to kidney stones if you drink too much of it.
Oh, interesting. Even unsweetened? That's interesting. I thought tea was like, tea is great. Tea is the best thing for you.
Well, not when you drink a half a gallon a day. Everything is in moderation. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I would drink a half a gallon of iced tea a day. So I was trying to figure something to add, and I'm thinking bone broth would be good. And you can make that in the InstaPot. Mm-hmm. So, it's just things to try. Yeah. And then I'm here by myself, so I get into it, and then I start questioning. I don't know. I think I don't know. I don't have an answer right now. But these are the things that I'm practicing. I'm practicing incorporating some bone broth. I don't know if I like bone broth. Maybe I should go buy some bone broth and try it before I go in there and try to make some bone broth.
Yeah, I'd try. I thought it's just like chicken stock pretty much. I've never had it, but I have this feeling that it's just going to remind me of chicken stock in general.
I'm thinking of maybe I should get bone broth made by a professional and then see how my bone broth would stack up to it. I don't know. It's just a thought. So that's basically been my week. My steps are up. I'm getting more steps in, doing more exercise. It kind of showed this week. 2 ways. I'm sore, like somebody beat me with around the knees with a hammer.
No.
Yeah.
But in a good way, like the exercise way?
Yeah, an exercise. Oh. I don't know if any, how sore. They say, I'm sore in a good way. I've never been sore in a good way. I never said, boy, you know what? This feels great. No, it never does. It never does. So
I don't know if you're looking for bone broth stuff online, but on the Intermittent Fasting podcast, they talk about Bonafide bone broth, and the company is Bonafide Provisions.
They give you recipes?
No, they just have a bunch of bone broth that you can order and bone broth products.
Can't we have it just in the store?
I know. I agree. I'm sure it's somewhere in the store if you go to Whole Foods. But I thought you didn't like going shopping.
No, I want to order it. Of course.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm not going shopping.
You want to order it from the store, I see.
Yes. Yeah, I want to try it. I want to see if it's any good. Maybe, have that in the morning instead of coffee. Well, I can't do that. All right, maybe in the afternoon instead of coffee. Substitute it in some areas.
Oh, wow. Okay, so they have find us in stores. Wow, they're actually all around me. They're in Whole Foods. They're in Big Y, which is I don't know if Big Y is a widespread grocery.
No, it's not around here. We have Whole Foods here. We have Trader Joe's here. Oh,
they have it at some ShopRites.
Oh, I will have to double check that. I will because that's one of my go-tos.
Your Jersey's not that big. I'm sure one of those places is close to you.
I call New Jersey the skin tag of the United States. Just kind of hanging there.
See, in Connecticut, the snobby Connecticutians, we call it the armpit of Connecticut of the U.S.
See, because we are under you, so we are the skin tag under the armpit.
Yeah.
Of the United States.
And I'm sorry, but what smells so bad in Elizabeth, New Jersey? Why does it smell terrible there?
Honestly, it's industry what it is, and here in Philadelphia, you would go over this bridge. It was called the Walt Whitman. You would go over the Walt Whitman Bridge from New Jersey into Philadelphia. And they had some kind of factory under there where they were making chemicals. Well, they outlawed these chemicals. You would drive across this bridge and you would know that was the smell of the Walt Whitman Bridge every time you went across there. So they outlawed these chemicals. They shut the chemical plant down, and now you go across and you don't smell it. But for years, everybody that went across that bridge twice a day had to breathe that crap in.
Yeah.
Right under the bridge.
Yeah. I feel like that was the bridge on 95.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember smelling that. And every time I go through, I hold my breath now. So, okay. Because I'm still used to it. As soon as I see the sign for Elizabeth and I see that IKEA, it's like...
You hold your breath through Elizabeth, New Jersey?
Yeah.
Look at you.
I drove fast, too. Like, that will be where I get pulled over. It's like, why are you going 80 miles an hour? Meanwhile, I've passed out.
Do you breathe here? That's why I'm driving. You can't go out somewhere and then come back. It's like if you live in your house, so... You live in your house and you never leave, and then someone walks in your house and says, "What's that smell?" You're like, "What smell?"
Yeah, I know. Well, we have 2 cats, so we're very used to like the smell of them. But I know everybody else who doesn't have cats are just like
you walk in and you go, "Oh, where's the cats?"
Yeah,
where are those cats at? Well, what do you say we get into some Winning Wednesdays?
Yeah.
Winning Wednesday, Winning Wednesday, Winning Wednesday, Winning Wednesday, Winning Wednesday.
I have to go back into the last episode and clip that spot where you go, "Soda, you're such a sexy bitch," or whatever you said. I got to get that.
I'll say it again for you, Soda.
I have it. It's in there. I actually marked it, so I have it. I just forgot to do it.
So Winning Wednesday, we have Jamie, who's a new member. Hello, Jamie. I guess you could say going to the gym every day I worked this week. That's great. But the fact that my button popped off my pants yesterday definitely made me go to the Taco Bell drive-thru after the gym. You still went to the gym. That's
you went
the
to the gym,
part.
right? And then you went to, yeah, I understand. But listen, if you didn't go to the gym, your button would have probably popped off sooner. You're on the right track. Listen, you're practicing.
Yep.
You're practicing
It's
weight
all
loss.
practice.
It's all practice. Jason says, I've gone -5 +6 and now -5 in 3 consecutive weeks. Floating just under that 250 mark, which is always good for me since I want to be closer to 200 than 300. Okay, there you go.
Yay! That's a nice marker too. I've seen that 250 and been like, all right, halfway there. Deborah, officially down 25 pounds since January 1st. That's amazing.
Yes, it is. Dave Jackson, after having many horrible weeks, I'm down 1 pound since last Wednesday. Glad to be back in the right direction. I quit buying things I shouldn't eat or have a hard time controlling my portions. Yeah, Dave, I'm in that same boat. Absolutely.
BJ, I made multiple trips from garage to street taking boxes up for recycling. I hardly got even a little huffy puffy. At 450 pounds, I sometimes couldn't make it from my bed to the toilet 12 feet away. When I would make it to the toilet, I would collapse from exhaustion and breathlessness. This is progress. It really is, BJ. Great job.
I got to tell you, BJ, I have been exactly where you are. I know exactly what that means. And the toilet being 12 feet away, and you're like, yeah, I know what that's like. So congratulations. That's great job. Brandon says, can't believe how much better I feel now that I don't eat or drink anything with sugar or sugar substitutes in them. I have not been able to shake the sugar substitutes.
He has been 6 months sugar-free. That's great.
That is great.
You know what? And people responded, this is hard to do, but it gets easier, right? And he said, the first 2 weeks were hard. After that, I've had no interest in eating anything sweet. So it's a good thread to just get your sugar under control and look at that and get that inspiration.
See, for me, is I've been there where I've went months without sugar. And then just like we said the other day, you get that text, you up? And
no, you know what's going to happen? My stomach cramps are so bad, but soon that pain is going to be minimalized by time passing. And I'm going to go to Wendy's again. I know it. I can't say I will never go to Wendy's again and try a junior bacon cheeseburger, even though I got those horrible stomach cramps and it made me lose 24 hours. I'll go back again in years because I'm not going to remember how bad that felt. So again, it's a practice. You got to just take it one day at a time.
Okay. Brooklyn, my 5K runs are getting faster and I'm less winded. A great reminder that no matter what the fitness goal is, consistency is king. This goes for what you eat as well as how you move.
Yay! Amanda, I went to the gym and did 20 minutes of cardio 3 days this past week. That's fantastic.
Ingrid, made it to the gym for the past 2 Saturdays when not working. It's also my birthday on the day you record.
Happy birthday. I don't know why I went sexy with that, but happy birthday, Ingrid.
And you get a...
Doo-doo. Deborah is down over half a pound. I'm also finally taking advantage of the health apps my work is linked up to. I gain points for using the apps and get free stuff. That's great. I've heard of other works that do that.
Now, yeah, it's free. It's there. Why not take advantage of it? That's a great job. Julianne says, hard week, but have been doing exercises every day. A new one for me.
Yay!
All right. They are our winning Wednesday. So you know what that means.
Let's go! Ladies and gentlemen, now is the time for the moment you have all been waiting for. It's time for the weigh-in.
Well, since this is the week of the evens, I get to go first. And I'm not going to lie. When I went to the scale this morning, I was like, I need a number. I need to turn this around.
Were you bargaining?
Yes. Turn this weight around. Yes.
Turn this weight around.
And I got on the scale and I am down 1 pound.
Yay! Doo-doo!
Yeah, I'll take it. All right. I wasn't the best, but I wasn't the worst. But I felt like I didn't do anything. I really didn't do anything different. I didn't change my plan. I didn't up anything. I just continued. I don't know. But anyhow, so I'm down 1 pound and it was nice. If I had to come in here and tell you that I gained another pound, I would be like, oh my God, if I could do this. So, yes.
That's great. And I am down 2 pounds and I'm okay. So I'm back in that new second number that I've been getting used to. And today I got on the scale and I actually exclaimed in front of my husband and my kid. And I'm like stark naked in the hallway, just screaming this. I'm like, I've seen this number before. I've worked with this number before. Now I know I can do it because I had to get to that second number that I'm familiar with. And it's no longer like a 9 at the end. So it's not just on the cusp of that second number. There's an 8. And an 8 means like I am officially in that 10 spot right there. So
Congratulations. I mean, you're doing fantastic.
Well, the other thing is I don't know how much that has to do with still recovering from Monday because I've been taking it easy. Although last night was a pizza night and I'm like, oh man, I got to keep giving my body pizza because I'm not giving up pizza. I will give up fast food, but you can't take pizza from me. You can't take it. No. Plus, it's like it's artisan pizza, so somebody makes it. It's not the processed like Pizza Hut. It's an actual.
Oh yeah,
local.
yeah. You're saying you're right. It's a local pizza, right? And
yeah,
I got to tell you, coming in and looking at the winning Wednesdays and stuff, and people like Dave when he said he's been having a hard time and trying to get back on track, and you think Dave like he's got it going on, he's got it all together, and so to see some other people, not saying it's good to see some other people struggle, but it's that everybody's doing the same thing. It's not just you. And it perks you up. It says, okay, well, they're doing the same thing. They're going to try to get back on track. I'm going to try to get back on track with them.
Yeah.
So.
It's almost comforting to know that nobody is a master at anything, that we're all just practicing. Even the people who we look at, even Jillian Michaels, she's constantly coming out with new things because she's practicing her craft, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Also, we are at our lowest
because of you. Yeah, because of you.
We've been at this number before. I don't think it's all me because I had a few plus weeks there, but it's still something to celebrate that we've been at our lowest. Altogether, we've lost 63 pounds in almost 11 months, which is amazing.
But before I was carrying that. Now
I'm catching up to you carrying that before.
Right, so now if I get back down again, we'll be doing great. Yeah, all right. So we're getting there. And we're almost a year. So I love this group. I love the fact that we get a chance to come in here, commiserate. And I think that if it wasn't for this group, I would have gained all that weight and probably another 10 pounds. But you, Emily, and you in the group keep me motivated and keep me coming back. So I really appreciate you and everyone in our group. So thank you so much. And if you want to be one of the 170 members of our Facebook group, just go to hatetowait.com/Facebook and join us and come in and have fun with us, because we do put up some pretty cool memes and funny stuff. And when we're struggling, it's a good time. So with that, Emily, congratulations on your 2 pounds. Congratulations on your new 10 number, second number.
Yeah, my new second number. I feel like throwing a party every time, and then, ruining it with cupcakes and brownies. But
It's true.
Don't you dare give me a crudité plate. I want my cupcakes and brownies.
That's true. Why do we celebrate with food? I don't understand that. Because it's what we want.
What should we celebrate? Oh, we could celebrate with video games. I don't know if you saw the video.
I did see the video. I didn't bring it up.
That was a workout. Oh my goodness. So my husband got a PlayStation VR for Christmas from his parents because he's still like 5. And he's been wanting me to play this game. He's like, you'll love it. It's basically Dance Dance Revolution, but it's like with lightsabers. And I'm like, I don't want to play it because I know I'll get addicted. And he kept pushing it and pushing it. He's like, come on, please just play it. Now I really want to. Now it's become a thing that you're just adamantly saying no. And I'm like, fine, I'll go down and I'll play it. And I played it last night until I got a headache. I was sweating. You saw I was in a bulky sweater. I was taking it off. I was like, no, this is great. And that's why I can't play video games, because I just sit there.
Well, isn't it exercise? Isn't that?
Yeah. Yeah, but that was the thing, is you have to move your arms, and the more you move your arms, it's one of those games you get more points. The more your arms swing, and you also have to duck and avoid things too, and it knows if you don't duck. So it's like I actually got a workout from it.
Well, there you go. And if it's fun, then what's it hurt? I
know.
That's
because I have work to do.
Well, that's true. That's true too. I get it. All right, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Bye.